no matter how many times you failed in the past, you can earn a score of 30 on your TOEFL IBT speaking section, and I'm going to tell you how. First of all, understand that the failures of our past do not dictate our current or future successes. Again, our past failures do not dictate our current or future successes. In other words, it doesn't matter how many times you failed in the past. As soon as you know how to do something the right way, you will earn that score of 30. So let's talk about the things that prevent us from getting that perfect score. Number one, you might think that you have to speak perfect English or speak as a native English speaker. It's not true. You can have an accent. You can even make grammatical errors and still earn a perfect score of 30 on your speaking section. So you don't have to speak perfect English. In fact, many students, before they come to see me, think that they score a 0, right? You start with a score of 0, and then you have to speak really well to earn that high score of 30. But it's just not true. Everyone starts with a perfect score. And then you lose points according to the rubric. It's all about the rules and how ETS graders want you to speak. So again, you don't have to speak like a native English speaker to earn a score of 30. The next thing that happens is many people buy templates, or you find templates that you think you can use to fit all of your responses into. It doesn't work. In fact, ETS tells you in the directions, do not use memorized responses. Using memorized responses could result in a lower score. What they're saying is, don't use templates. And believe me, this company will know what the templates are, and the graders will know if you're using a template. So don't, okay? It's not necessary. It's not necessary. I can teach you how to structure your response and speak according to what the graders want you to say and how they want you to say it so that you can earn that perfect score. Now, the last thing is vocabulary words. Oh my goodness, you can't believe how many people come to me who have bought lots and lots of lists of vocabulary words that are supposed to guarantee that you get a higher score on your speaking section. So you throw these vocabulary words into your response and are disappointed when you get your scores. Don't buy any of that stuff. It's a waste of time and money. I want you to pass your TOEFL IBT with a respectable passing score and get on with living a prosperous life. Now, what do you have to do to get that score of 30 on your speaking section? Well, you have to know the rules. On the TOEFL IBT, it's all about structures and rules. You could speak English perfectly, but if you don't answer in the way the grader wants you to, you're going to get a low score. So you got to know the rules. Now, ETS provides the rubric on their website for you for free, but I think you have to be an English professor to understand what they're talking about. So I've made the rubric easier for you to understand. And if you want to find that rubric, you can go to my website and you can get that for free. But let me tell you right now how it really works. Okay. So this is what's going on when the grader gets your response. You see, the graders at ETS, there's going to be one human being and one AI. What's up with the AI? I don't know. ETS is trying to save money or something, but we have to go with what they do. So the human grader is the one you want to talk to, though. So here's what happens. The human grader is going to be either a college English professor or a high school English teacher. Like the rest of us, they need a little bit of extra money, so they sign up with ETS to score your speaking responses. They are trained according to the rubric of how to score your response. Then they have an account, and they'll say that they want maybe 25 or 50 or 100 responses to score this week, and they get an email, and they have to go to their site, right, to their account, sign in, and they have what's called a bank of responses. Okay, so they've got this list of numbers of responses. They don't have your name. They don't know anything about you. They just have that little list of numbers that they have to click on one at a time. They have the question and some details about what's going on, right? What information that they need to listen for in your response. Now, here's the real interesting part. Remember, you start with a score of 4, and you lose points if you're missing an element. So this is how it works. The grader has a list of questions on the screen, and they're yes or no questions. They want to know, did you answer the question in English only? Because if you answer in any other language, it's a 0. So if you're answering in English only, yay, you have a 4. They want to know, did you speak clearly? Can we understand your words? You can have an accent. It's okay to have an accent as long as the grader understands the words that you're saying. Also, you have to answer the question completely. When they ask for reasons with an S in question number 1, they want at least 2 reasons. I have so many students say, Mister, can I give just 1 reason and more details? No, they want what they want. You're not going to be able to do it your way and force them to accept it. They have a very specific way that they want you to respond. And if you do what they want, ooh, they give you what you want, that respectable passing score. So answering the question completely is important. They have a question is, oh, did you have any long pauses? Now you can have pauses in your response, right? Between sentences, but in the middle of your sentence, you don't want to have a long pause, right? You don't want to have a long pause, okay? Another question is, did you have any extra words like or So if you're talking and you're thinking well, you just lost points because you're giving extra words in the middle of a sentence. You see how this goes? So it's either yes or no. You either did it or you didn't. And they're asking another question. They say, did you have relative reasons, examples, and details for the first question and accurate reasons, examples, and details in the other 3 questions in the order it appeared in the passage? And it's a yes or no. I mean, it's simple as that. You either did it or you didn't, right? That's what makes this fair. And then they're going to ask, the question is, did you have proper grammar? Yes or no? Did you have connection words and phrases? Yes or no? Did you have complex sentences? Yes or no? And all the grader does, they listen to your response, typically just 1 time through. They're clicking yes or no, you did these things, and then they hit submit. The computer gives you your score. The grader doesn't give you a score. It's not their opinion. They're not thinking, I like this person, I'm going to give them a good score. Or, oh, I don't like this person, I'm going to give them a bad score. No, it has to be fair. And in order for it to be fair, they have very specific elements that you have to meet. Now, to meet those elements much easier, there is a structure that you can use to speak to your purpose for each sentence. And I teach that in my classes, which you can find on my website in the link in the description. Now, let's see. One last thing. Oh, yes. Once they click on submit, the computer gives you your score. So what you need to do is know what's expected of you and be able to respond. All this whole speaking section is asking, hey, do you know how to take notes? And can you summarize what you heard concisely? Right? It's just, can you take accurate notes? And can you summarize what you heard accurately? One more thing, there's so many students who are adding additional information. I know there's a lot of tutors thinking that you can't say what you actually heard, that you have to give your opinion of something or your interpretation, what you think they meant, and be sure to give a conclusion. All of that is wrong. Sorry if that's what you've been doing, you need to change. You will never pass your TOEFL IBT by giving your opinion, your interpretation, and a conclusion, because they don't want that. They want what they want. And if you give them what they want, they give you what you want, a respectable passing score. So if you want to get a score of 30 on your TOEFL IBT, even if your English isn't perfect, come and see me. Let me show you exactly how to structure your response, speak to the purpose, take the best notes, the relative notes that you need to answer the questions, answer everything in time, the way the graders want you to. so that you can earn that score of 30 and get on with living that prosperous life that you deserve. All right, my name is Mr. Hearn. I have been the TOEFL tutor at Praxis Group International Language Academy since 2007. I am here to help you to pass your TOEFL IBT, and I look forward to seeing you.